Alright, we're going to do a walk around on the new high baker hoppers from Prospector's Dream and our new sluice boxes that have the cutouts and the mounts for it to drop right in. This is a 47-inch sluice with standard Dream mat in it with a 12-inch high baker hopper. And we're going to go around and we're going to look at the items step by step that you should see when you set up your high baker so you're ready to go. And then we're going to also assemble one from scratch. All right. Your high baker hopper comes with an adjustment for pitch in your pivot. It also has a mount that are in two slots here to allow the compression of the miner's moss and basically hold us in, two on this side, two again on the opposite side. I'm going to adjust my hopper level according to my pitch of what it is I feel I need to run off to get my rocks to come off as easy as I can and still get all my material into the hopper, into the sluice with minimum coming off and not have to rake, balance all that. The high baker hopper has the jarvine riffle in it that directly drops into the speed baker. This is the same as the other base of the speed baker, has the latch holes that allow you to toggle it into the speed baker. When used in a sluice, the two forward bolts that hold the unit in can be loosened so a person can lift up on it and pull your mat out. Also, if your sluice already has the clamp, the jarvine riffle will go over the clamp and allow for you to use your clamp in your mat system the way it is with the new high baker hopper. Since this mimics the hopper in the speed baker and will drop down in there, it sits on miner's moss. This is folded miner's moss. This is being pinched down, forming a seal. We'll get some drippage out of this, but not as much as all the water and the rocks coming off. It's going to be pretty immaterial. If a person was feeling that they needed this to be liquid tight, just because they got OCD, because the rocks and water are falling, they could put a weather strip seal here or some Gorilla tape. Also, when we sell this unit, for those people who want to put their center of gravity more towards the middle of the sluice, you can buy this unit here. These bolt holes already have pre-knockouts in them for them. The heads will go down like this. The miner's moss will squish on them. And you can mount your rear legs off here, and this will help assist any rogue drip off through the miner's moss, which isn't really a big deal because we're high baking and we're throwing all this water off here. This is going to seal. No material is going to come out of here. You're not going to see leakage of gold or anything. It's just going to be a few drippages of water. Alright, so that design helped us put it in two different type units. Put it in the speed baker and put it in this unit. So it's a multi-design unit. Spray bars. Alright, so we got a 2-inch spray bar log for the 12-inch, 1.5 inch for the other two, the 10 and the 8. We're going to put these street elbows in here that you can pivot. Any of these elbows can be adjusted, taken out, put in your own stuff. You can put a piece of pipe in here, squish it, melt it down, put a reducer in here so it squirts out, another reducer so it sprays out. There's a lot of different things you can do. You got your main 2 ports that squirt. When most people are out in the field, if they need to adjust when this water squirts and pressurizes, you can easily put a zip tie and get it so it doesn't flop back too far. Most people use the nozzle here in with the elbow, weight of the elbow, to adjust their position of their spray bar. It has a crash pad with some perf and some miner's moss to diffuse the splash so it doesn't just slide up and out. It holds your material for a little bit before it goes down through this 3/16 grizzly. And the grizzly patterns are staggered, and we got even patterns up against the edge, so material can't ride the edge and come out, and it's staggered so we don't have landing pad for going all the way out. We're also not providing spray bars because there's so many different styles that wrap around, but we do provide all the zip tie mounts for when you if you create your own custom open U-shaped spray bar unit. The unit is pretty compact and stores simply enough. Hopper folds down, legs go in the box, your other accessories, you're good to go. So now we're going to go over a short box. We'll do an 8-inch, the smallest one. And in the short box assembly, it's different. But this time we're going to actually assemble it. Last time we had the hopper already pre-assembled, stuff like that. So we're just going to assemble this whole thing. You can see I've already pre-assembled with the ratchet and the screwdriver, the rear legs. Everything else is thumb screw from here on out or putting it together. So we'll go through that process. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to assemble this rear leg piece that goes on the end here. That helps take the center of gravity more towards the center of the box rather than the end. On the shorter ones, you'll need one of these guys here, so your high banker will be more stable. Alright, you can see I assembled the rear leg plate. Got that on there with some wing nuts. Let's go ahead and put the legs in now. Now I got my legs on, and I could use wide stance legs for the front if I wanted more stability. And now let's go ahead and let's start putting the hopper in. I'm going to lay the miner's moss in there up underneath the driving riffle, fold it in half to the width of the length of this. And then we're going to go ahead and set the hopper in on top of it. Drop the hopper down flat. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my screws in to anchor my hopper in. Alright, you can see I mounted my high banker hopper with these 2 screws on this side and the 2 screws on the other side. And it's in the up position. Alright, so now let's put in the spray bar. Alright, let's go ahead and put these blast bars in. So we just take the fitting and we just shove it in my hand. Let's see if I can reach around here. Shove that one in my hand and give it a pop. You're going to have to tighten them, and if you keep them in there forever, you can glue them or just pop them together, and then you adjust your nozzles. You can kind of pop them in where it fits, it does the tight thing, but of course, if we want to adjust the nozzles, I'll show you the little, zip tie trick. Of course, you put the hose on it, and the hose will cause you to have to go ahead and twist and adjust. You can see where your nozzles are at, and also when your nozzles turn on, they're going to get a little pushback. And a lot of times you can just adjust all that with the way the hose is spinning it. But if you're having trouble with that, you could always take a zip tie and fish it around. If it's a long enough one, you may have to use 2, and you can connect it and make a loop, so when your thrust is going back, it'll make an adjustment for you. It'll stop and do your thing. And so it's always good to get a couple zip ties, a little knife to cut them with, or leave it in there if you find your magic setting. Good to go. Well, there's your mini 8-inch high banker assembled in a shorter sluice. I prefer the longer sluices, and you can always use this bracket on either or, but it's nicer to have the longer sluice, not have to worry about your center of gravity so much and have to put the longer brackets at the end. A lot of people want to have something short for backpacking. Collapsible, this 8-inch one is that next level up, because our 6-inch hopper is pretty small. It's a mini. It is totally designed around backpacking, being efficient. It's not a huge banker. And this 8-inch gets you that. Now you can put a whole shovel load in. And if you're more, your backpack is bigger, you're more physically fit, you want to go take it in the backcountry and produce some volume. And of course, your 10 And your 12-inch version of this would just be wider, and you would need more pump. So you would have to pack a pump back there. All right, so these we do suggest, of course, all petrol pumps. The Bilge pumps just don't build up enough pressure. You could probably get away with a 4700 pump on this, but in electric, but it's still not going to have a lot of pressure, so it's going to be kind of slow. And depending on how far away it is, you may not even have enough to run this 8-inch box. So there it is. There's the 8-inch box, the short one with the extended leg brackets off the back, so get your center of gravity more towards the center. So there's a shorter version. We showed the longer version put together with the legs on the side. Now we got the shorter version with the legs off the back, and you guys can pick your length you want and your width you want. You could always put wide stance legs on all four, or have them mix match like we have. There it is. So this will fit in the backpack, you know, for those extreme adventures, you know, and get you a lot bigger hopper than our smaller 6-inch, which is really compact, and it was meant to be very compact and very light. Now this will take it up past that, and it's a great little unit you can throw in your car and go to any outing with. And look at what you got to lift up. I mean, the thing weighs, we don't know. Actually, we haven't finished weighing it, so we'll do the Dave weight, and it's under 20 pounds. So there's the Dave test. We'll have the official weight actually listed in the product when we update that. But there it is. Cool beans. Hope you guys enjoy the hoppers, and that's how we put them together. And go fill that sluice full of cons in yellow and send us some pictures. All right, thanks.